Hello everyone and welcome to another double featured Innistrad draft. And well, pack is certainly strong. Sludge Monster is nice rare. I had two of them in was it my previous draft? It might have been. It wasn't my previous draft because that was a Crimson WoW draft, but my previous double feature draft I think had two of these. I'm still taking it. It's really good and there are decent cards. Also the Ballista Watcher and Blade Stitched Scab are cards I would be willing to first pick. Also Traveling Minister out of the commons. Nice first pick. Also there's a nice combination of Keswick Flamebreather and a Festival Crasher. Now there's a better red card in the pack, but you could take one and then, both of these are good in the same kind of deck. So this pack has some interesting opportunities, but I'll just take the Sludge Monster because it is, when it's unanswered, it's really, really good. And it's not that easy to answer a 5-5. A lot of turret removal, for example, doesn't work here. Alright, well, Sarith, it is a good rare. 4 mana 3-4, like, stats are okay, but that's not the important part. It's the fact that your basically attackers, because your tapped creatures have death touch, it's amazingly hard to block your attackers profitably at that point. And then of course the hexproof thing is nice little bonus too. So opponent basically has to use the removal on this thing. Not that they usually want to use it on anything else, but I'll take the Viper here. There's no blue card other than the Stitched Assistant. Marco Vulture is really good. Wouldn't mind having that. But yep, easily the green card here. And okay, so interestingly, one rare is still left in the pack. The other one has been picked, and then an uncommon has been picked over the upgrade. Well, there are better uncommons than upgrade. There's also the Reclusive Taxidermist, which I would, pick for my colors, but it's so early in the draft. And upgrade is just a little bit better card than the Taxidermist. Now this is a really good 2-drop. But upgrade is my pick here because if red ends up open, there's also Festival Crasher. Is there a chance to get it back? I don't know. But I'll take the upgrade. It's a pretty common thing that you just want to pick the strongest cards in packs. Because let's say green or blue won't be open, then if I take some, non-best card from that pack and end up not being playing that worst card just because the color isn't open, it's really, you don't want to take that risk. Now I have 3 good cards, so unless I end up white-black, I will be playing at least one of these, hopefully at least 2 of those. Upgrade is also splashable, so there's a chance I can play all of them. But now this pack is a lot worse. Rare is bad in limited, I guess in constructed too, unless you somehow build around it. I think I'll take the Bait Hook Angler. It is, from a fairly weak pack, this is one of the better cards, and it does fit one of my earlier picks in terms of the colors, so I think it's fine. Alright, so green does seem like not open here, which makes me even happier that I didn't take the Taxidermist and I took the upgrade. I could maybe be red-blue. I think I'll take the Celebrant here. I don't care about this thing too much. And yeah, there is one nice green card. I really like Massive Might, but still, yeah, I'll take the Celebrant. There's a chance I will be blue-red here based on the colors I've been seeing here. Yeah, definitely not going to have green, and blue and red is somewhat open here now. Stitched Assistant is actually quite good with the Bait Hook Angler. Really good continuation. Lacerate Flesh, Electric Revelation, yeah, I don't care about the Lacerate Flesh that much. I have already a 5-mana card here if I end up blue-red. Okay, I'll take the Assistant because it is quite nice with the Angler. And also not the worst with the Celebrant. Alright, here, Lambholt Harrier, Ceremonial Knife. There's a playable green card, but I think I'm kinda ignoring the green for now. It wasn't open enough after I took the Sarith. Lambholt Harrier. There was a Taxidermist. I could have taken that and kind of forced green still, but I think that would have been a worse decision than being open. I'll take the 2-drop. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Alright, Vampire Socialite. I haven't seen a lot of black. Thing is, this is not nowhere near as good as the Crimson Wow Black-Red Uncommon Vampire. This is still good if you are dedicated vampires, but I don't have any vampires here, so I don't think I'm taking that, but mostly because I haven't seen any black and I haven't picked any black either. Now I could still take the Timberland guide, which I like more than the Observer, but I think maybe I'll try the blue-red thing and maybe I have enough, instant sorceries and disturb things that it's going to work. Alright, both of these came back. I have only one non-creature currently, but it's gonna still be one of these, and I think I slightly more prefer the Crasher. They are quite close, but this is a bit higher impact when you can, do the thing with instants and sorceries. Alright, here the Famished Foragers is like a kind of a mediocre card. I prefer the Evolving Wilds out of this pack to have some fixing. Alright, I have to actually consider other colors now. I don't like the Wedding Invitation. I'll take the Shady Traveler. It's a playable black card if I end up black after all. Ritual of Hope, Flare of Faith. Raise the Effigy. This is really aggressive. I think I'll take the raise still. I'm quite unlikely to be white here. Alright, so Massive Might came that late. The Ruffian, okay. Now the rares aren't exciting. Willow Geist is okay if you get some synergy, but yeah. That's okay though. There's a Flame Blessed Bolt in this pack, which I'm gonna take. It seems that most likely I'm gonna play most likely red. I mean out of these colors. I have the rares from blue and green, but I have most red here, and I get to pick a good red removal spell here. So I think it's pretty easy Flame Blessed Bolt at this point. Okay, there's a Puppet Stitcher, and that's also rewards playing instants and sorceries. Another Mako Vulture. I mean, I saw earlier this one too. I'll take the Puppet Stitcher, but I really need to start finding some instant and sorceries. There's also the Bait Hook Angler, but it's just, I mean, this is the better pick here. I'll take that, and hopefully I will get to be blue-red with a lot more instant and sorceries than I currently have. That is now 4, but one of them is Massive Might. I will do it now that I will cut the black and green here. All of these cards, ones I'm willing to play, I guess they are. And I might even play the Raise the Effigy. I mean, if I want to. If I get more synergy, the more I get things that care about me having instant and sorceries, the more likely I'm gonna play this card. There's not a lot of artifacts in this set. I mean, in both of these sets combined to make the first option that good, but it's still playable combat trick. Here, of course, Light Up the Night is the pick here. So this is just basically because when you target the creature or planeswalker, you get one free mana, so to say. So it's always gonna be 4 mana, deal 4 damage to a creature and so on. And of course, the option to just hit a player to finish them is really good. So this is the best card in the pack, and it's in my colors. So that's fantastic. Now that's 5 blue cards, 8 red cards. I don't want to play for example, the Tavern Ruffian, but it's a card I can still play. I like it more than the Crimson Wow version of this common. It is a 2/6, which has Defender on the day side, and the night side is a 6/6, but it is forced to attack each combat. This is the better out of those two options. Alright, so here I think it's rather easy. Oh, nice green and white here, but I'll take the Revenge of the Drowned. It's an instant or sorcery. I mean, it is an instant, so it does combine with the little bit of synergy I have. But there's a Traveling Minister, Taxidermist, Search Party Captain, Weaver of Blossoms, some nice green and white cards. Dissipate is not as interesting than the Revenge of the Drowned. Moonrage is last pick 5. I did get this rare, where it is. Was this a pick 3 or something? Anyway, red is quite open here, clearly, and I get now the high quality burn spell. Also Eaten Alive is here. Interesting. Okay, what do we see here? There's both the Ancestral Anger and the Wretched Throng from Crimson Wow. These, cards that reward you having multiple of these, but of course in the double feature draft it's quite bad because obviously you don't, you have less opportunities to pick these because the card pool is larger. Now it's a question between the Purifying Dragon and maybe the 3-drop. Brimstone Vandal is okay, but I think I'll take the Dragon. Now I don't usually play it a lot, but it is still good. Oh, what a pack. I mean, first of all, whenever you see these kind of packs, it's a good thing you get a strong card. It's just such an unfortunate thing to pass good cards, because now I'm really interested in the Lantern Bearer and the Festival Crasher. Also, the Stitched Assistant would be quite okay. I have to make a decision here. I think I'll take the Lantern Bearer, but it also is a really tough choice. But I made it. I made my choice. Alright. The Arcane Infusion is... I mean, looking at top 4 cards is... I mean, even if you have like 10 out of 40 instant or sorceries, it's not... it's easily possible to still whiff on this thing. I'll take the Bait Hook Angler, by the way, but this just... Even if you are in the archetype, it's not that great of a build around uncommon. Alright, here I'll take 20 gems. I don't think I'm gonna play that Change of Fortune. I guess in theory you could play it, but it's not really a good card. Alright, so Ominous Roost. Whenever you cast stuff from graveyard. This deck doesn't cast stuff from graveyard. I'll take this thing, but I don't think I have enough wolves to make it that good. One werewolf and one other wolf, so probably gonna be cut. No one gets... I mean, no one gives enough respect to Massive Might here. Or maybe there are just very few green drafters, I don't know, but this come a bit too late, maybe. Okay, the Death Bonnet Sprout is really good too, and that was like the second to last one. Okay, Brimstone Vandal came to me in the end. Alright, so couple of 2-color rares and doesn't work in my colors. Adric wouldn't even be that amazing, but Denik is... This is just amazing. 2 mana, 2/3 lifelink with a very nice disturb. 4 mana, 3/2 flyer. Yeah, this is fantastic, but it's not exactly a splashable type of fantastic card. Now, am I going to play Vampire's Vengeance? Because the thing is, quite a few of my creatures are gonna die to it, and I like it a lot less in that case. Even my 3/2 Stitched Assistant dies to it. I just don't see... I mean, I think I'll take the Stolen Vitality because that's better for my deck. I don't have a ton of synergy for the instant and sorceries, but I hope still to get some. Alright, so whoever is blue-white is gonna get the Denik and then Dorothea, unless people who are not blue-white red draft them, but this is pretty amazing stuff, which I couldn't really benefit from, but it would have been nice 2 picks. Nice 2 first picks from the third pack if I was blue-white. Alright, now Phantom Carriage. No, this is like okay-ish. I mean, I get one of my disturb cards. Fearful Village. Okay, fine. Let's take the flyer. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it, but I have some disturb cards. I might get some value of that thing. Alright, so here... yeah, not really the kind of cards I'm interested in. So this says, yeah, opponent has to lose life, then this deals damage equal to number of vampires, which I don't actually have a lot. One other vampire, so it's like 1 or 2 damage. Perforator is not good. I don't like the Fear of Death. I think I'll actually take the Secrets of the Key. It's again like kind of an on-theme card, but it's not that good. Still, I think it's fine. I don't have actually card draw in this deck, so I might have one card draw effect. Alright, am I gonna play the Gambit here? It is a 7 mana time walk, and sometimes you maybe are raising the opponent in such a way that allows you to, you know, play it for 3. I guess I do it for fun. I don't think it's a very good card. You usually can't cast it for other than 7 mana, but maybe I'm wrong. I'll pick it, but I don't expect it to be good. I kind of want to still put it to the deck. Alright, so now I have even more things I can eat with the disturb. Sorry, with the exploit stuff. So the Stitched Assistant being only card for my colors is going to be the pick anyway, but I'm actually quite happy about that pick. Alright, here it's gonna be the Thermal Alchemist. Wow, an Ecstatic Awakener this late still. It's an amazing black common from Midnight Hunt. Well, this is a fine pickup here still. Another card draw spell. I just don't like the Locked in the Cemetery that much. I have not a lot of removal, but I guess I just want my non-creature spells to be instant and sorceries. I don't have a lot of synergy for it, but I have some. And why is this bleed dry as well? Still here. Yep, well, black is open in pack 3, but I got some nice red ones. Blue isn't, I mean, blue wasn't really ever that open, but I guess I have 11 blue cards here still. I also would have gotten quite a few of these ancestral anchors. I think this is at least the third one I see. But yeah, Geist Wave is fine. It's nice that you can use it on your own stuff and draw even a card, so it's you can save your creature from a removal spell and net a card. You lose some tempo, but it usually will be worth it. It's better than the Was Away. I'm not sure what cards I'm gonna cut here, because as you can see, there's a lot of things to cut. I'm not playing the Fear of Death for the reason that I want my non-creatures to play instants and sorceries. This is now, if I don't cut anything, it's 11, but there might be something I'm cutting. I'll take the uncommon just to boost my vault a little bit better. Ceremonial Knife. I'm not gonna play that. I don't think so. I won't be playing double Raise the Effigy either, so I put it straight to the sideboard. And the festivities would be nice if it was a best of 3 draft, but I'm not willing to main deck this thing. I'll take the Perforator, which also might not be just played. Alright. So, not the greatest. I mean, it's an okay deck, and I have a couple of rares here, there, the Puppet Stitcher and the Sludge Monster at least. But I think if blue was a little bit more open, I could have maybe gotten like a, if I was lucky, like an early Organ Hoarder from at some point. But now let's build the deck. So yeah, let's go to this mode right away. We're not going to play the Pious Pawn. I will probably play the 6 mana 4/4 flyer. I will play the both 5 drops. The Ruffian is kinda, I don't know. I don't. As you can see, the curve is quite weird. I have a 6 drop and 2 5 drops, but only 2 4 mana cards whatsoever. This is basically a 7 drop, but I guess I have to play it just for the fun value, like I said, or maybe not. We will see. Anyway, I will cut the Raise the Effigy. That's not necessary now. That is now 10 instant on sorceries. I'm willing to cut some of the worse ones there, but I will most likely cut the Perforator. Yep, that's the weakest creature here now. Do I play both Revelation and the Secrets of the Key? Because let's see, I have only a few things that actually care about me casting instant on sorceries. The Festival Crusher is 1, Thermal Alchemist is 1, and then the Puppet Stitcher is 1. Although Puppet Stitcher is a really good one at that, so you really want that. When you play this, you actually have some instants and sorceries in your hand, ideally. I will cut the Lambholt Harrier and maybe the Rich Wolf. If I cut those, let's see my 2 drops. I think I still have enough of them. Creature wise, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's totally enough. 2 drops. I mean, I guess I could even cut one more, like a Celebrant. I don't think I'm going to cut the Brimstone Vandal. I actually want to cut the Gambit here, but should I play it? It is the worst card here. The Gambit and maybe the Secrets of the Key could be cut here, but I guess the Purifying Dragon could be too. So 15 creatures, 10 non-creatures. This is going to be a 17 land deck easily, especially if I play either of these card draw spells, and I kind of want to play both of them actually. Celebrant. I mean, this deck isn't actually very aggressive, as you can see. I have like these 6 mana flyers, 5 mana flyer, 5 mana this Bum Rare. I'm not really trying to finish the game in kind of an aggressive manner. I just have to admit that even though it would be fun to play this card, it is just not going to be good here. I would be playing this in decks that actually, are looking to finish the game quickly. But this deck isn't, thanks to my late game cards here. I even have to light up the Knight here to kind of... Well, I mean, it kind of works with the light up the Knight. You can get, you can make an attack, take the Gambit turn with the cheap mana, and then, make another attack, and then you can finish off the opponent with the light up the Knight. I could see that kind of game plan realizing, but it doesn't really work well with these expensive cards, so I'm going to cut the Gambit. It just has to happen. Now with these 9 instants plus sorceries. I think the final card is a creature of some kind, and I think it's the Blood Petal Celebrant, the least kind of useful card here. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. So the eventual deck has 12 blue. Actually, quite funnily, I cut so many red cards that now I have more blue cards than red cards here. So I don't have a lot of D-step cards. I have 3 D-step cards, but that's still good. I mean, for example, if I play the Carriage and put a Lantern Bearer especially in my graveyard, that can be quite good. And the Ruffian will be here mostly because it's a 5 toughness blocker. I don't care about, I don't assume to be having the Night mode that often. I'm not counting on this guy being a 6-5, but it's a good blocker because I do have these late game cards here that makes me want to stay alive a little bit further. So it's a good 4-drop in this deck. Right, and that's enough of talking here. No, I don't want to do that. I want to have an Evolving Wilds. Somehow I thought this was an Evolving Wilds. Right, so it's easily gonna be 8 plus 8 basic lands here. Let's do that. And this is the deck. Yeah, doesn't look actually that bad. There is a lack of removal, but well, maybe not, because there's the Flame-Blessed Bolt, Upgrade, Moonrage Slash, and the Light Up the Night. That is 4 burn spells, and then there's the Revenge of the Drowned. And I have some card draw to maybe draw into them. Also, Geist Wave can be used to bounce opponents' things. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, I'm on to play with 2 lands and no red. This would be a very easy keep with one of those lands being a mountain, but what I have here is Baithook Angler into Stitched Assistant. I might miss my 3rd land drop because I have only drew 2 draw steps to find it, but I'm on the play, so missing a land drop isn't that catastrophic. I will keep it. In general, I don't use. I often see people say that there's a starting hand they would be keeping on the draw but not on the play. I don't think that is because when you are missing a land drop, because the difference is that you have 1 extra draw each turn. Maybe I should focus to the game, but it's an interesting topic. I'm not sure if I should playing in mid game. So they got look at their start. They got the Devoted Craftkeeper, even were able to mill a D-step creature, and yeah, that's kind of nasty. I'm still going for the attack. I don't expect them to block, and even if they are, I can recast this as a 2-1. Sorry, 1-2. Okay, they went for it, and then I definitely wanted to use the assistant here, but I'm gonna most likely trade it. I mean, I'm gonna attack with the 1-2, and then I'm going to assist. Unless I draw like a mountain or so. Oh, yeah, I'm a bit wondering why would they do that. Well, anyway, I'm going to dig into the mountain here now. Yeah, it is done. It is good, but I actually need to draw the mountain, so let's do it. Thanks. I'll show it to them, because if I draw another mountain, I want to be able to cast 2 red spells if the situation is good for that. Now, they have been missing land drops. Let's see if that's gonna continue with being the case. So now I have 5 mana here, but only 1 red, which means I'm gonna play the Ruffian here. Don't care about the block on this thing. If they do that, then they do. Syncopate is the only counterspell that they could cast. I think that works on creatures, but I have the mana for that. So now they actually do need to get some kind of okay, they have an end of turn Valorous Stance. Well, that was good. That was good for them, because now if they just at some point do get 3rd land, maybe they don't. Alright, so don't really know what I'm doing here now. Alchemist. I guess I'll play the Menace guy, but it might be a mistake actually if they play another blocker. This won't even connect because they have the 1-3 here. But I have the Stolen Vitality, so it's gonna be it's gonna be a 5/4 trample. This can't block ground guys, can it? No, only with flying. Right. So we'll attack with my Menace guy, and I think it's time to play the Alchemist, because I think I'm gonna Electric Revelation, and I don't want to miss out on the untapped triggers. Definitely not playing the island, I'm planning to discard it on this Revelation. So yeah, too much is going on in the game for me to continue the stuff about keeping hands on the draw but not on the play. But very shortly, the difference between play and draw is that you have one extra draw step when you are on the draw, and then basically the difference between a hand that would be sort of good on the draw is that if you get the the land on the final possible draw step, and on the play you would have missed the land drop. But since you get to play the first land on the play, it's still tempo-wise it's basically the same. Alright, so now they have a life linker, but I did draw a Moonrage's Slash. This will be only a 5 power guy, even if I mean, they might double block it. How do I do it? I don't really want to give them the lifelink over either. But I can't attack with this guy because if they double block, I can't kill them both. If I could, that would be a totally different story. I feel like I want to play just the Festival Crasher here now. That's what I'm doing here. Then I get benefit. I get to benefit also with the Crasher from all the triggers. And if they attack, yeah, well, I guess I'll... Well, I will see. Hopefully I find another burn spell so I can kill whichever is eventually going to carry this thing. Alright, well that's a good one. Okay. But I have this bomb. This is not impossible, but it is definitely not optimal now. I can't even block this guy, by the way. If they choose to attack with it. They might not. Okay. So them having the lifelink available makes my potential explosiveness a little bit worse. But now with these things, this can be a 5 power trampler. I can... Yeah, I can... I can't really just sit and take damage from the Soul Keeper either, so I think I do have to go for the attacks here. And hope they block in somehow beneficial way, but... Are they dead if they don't block? They might be dead if they don't block. 6 extra. This way gets 2 triggers. 5, 11, 12. Yeah, maybe. I think they might have been dead if they didn't block. Well, they do the smart thing and of course block. So I can't kill them. I will definitely play the Stolen Vitality on the Crasher, then it will survive. It will be a 6/4 and trample also. And then I can use the Moonrage's Slash to... No, that's actually not what I'm going to do, is it? No, there's a better play. I can make these guys just trade it with each other, and I can kill both of them when I slash this Gaideka file, and then this will even survive as a 5. Yeah, this is good. So now I know what to do. Doesn't actually matter how I do this, but whatever. Moonrage's Slash in here. And I should have... I think the game auto... I mean, I think the game gives me priority here, but yep, I should just, not rely on that. So this is somewhat okay. The problem here, of course, is still that they get to lifelink up their flyer. So it's not super amazing. But I do have some redraws here. I might find removal on the 3/1 here. And if that's the case... Well, Let's see. Okay, they don't go for the lifelink right now. That's a really good one, but it can't block the Vandal. Problem still is that they can start gaining life. They've already gained a bunch of life. I mean, they are still at 16, even though I had multiple pings here, had done some attacks earlier in the game. But it's... Okay, they actually had to not keep these two good cards. I guess they just kept the land or something. Anyway, revenge. Alright, there's the answer for the potential lifelinker. That is good. I am going to use this though. Hopefully I hope I do draw a land here because I want to keep mana up for this thing. Well, that's that's not bad either. But of course opponent is, threatening quite a lot of damage too, but it's fine. Now I could even kill the departed Soulkeeper because you can kill it with X0 plus 1 damage. If I really want to be safe. Not because I care about the damage, but I care about them dealing me lifelink damage. But I'm gonna play this no matter what. I'm just figuring out if I want to actually use the Light Up the Night here. Thing is that if they do... Well, I don't actually want to bounce this either, then they get to replay it. Okay, I'm gonna actually do it. I'm going to actually do it like that. Convert 0, it will still be 1 damage. Yeah. Because there's a good chance they are not gonna go with the lifelink aura even. So, and then if they are, I will block this thing. They go to 14, I'm still at 11. And I have the Electric Revelation here. Yeah, they're most likely going to do something else. If they use the lifelink aura, that's gonna... Okay, that's... Well, that's annoyingly decent card for 1 mana thing that gives... Okay, Shipwreck Shifters. I mean, their deck is really good. That's really... I mean, you can see that their deck is filled with all these high quality cards. And because of the lack of lands, yeah, they have card draw which they can't even use here because they're more interested in lands. Now they didn't discard a spirit or card with disturb, so this didn't get a counter. But my minis, okay, really. And now they actually triple played 3 spells here now in one turn with the with 4 mana 3 spells. All right, so okay, Puppet Stitcher is good. Sadly, I can't, with the lands I have, I do not have the Revenge up, but I mean, I'm still playing the Puppet Stitcher, obviously, before casting anything else here. So, if I now attack with the Brimstone Vandal, I'm not going to attack with the Baytooth Angler. They can double block it. Yeah, I don't like the life gain. They're having multiple sources of life gain here too. So how do I do it? Because they can double block it with the shift. Yeah, but if they shifters block, they still need 2 more power. I'm willing to trade with the Organ Hoarder here. Although this could do some pings here in the eventually. That's also possible. But it's not gonna happen anytime soon. Both of us will be playing a lot of spells, so I'm just gonna do this and trade with the Organ Hoarder maybe. They're gonna put that and the shifters there. I mean, there is the revenge of the round for me, but I'm not going to use it to save the Vandal in any way. Definitely not pausing any of that stuff, so... Let's trade and play the Stitcher. Because of course I do need to use this to bounce whichever is holding at least some of these. Well, this is not an enchantment, this is a creature, but there's a +2/+2 aura and a lifelink aura. I need to relieve the revenge to, get rid of those things. Okay, they are down to 3 cards in hand, with all this graveyard stuff too, of course. They get 1 life a turn, and every creature will be 1 life too. I guess I'm happy they had to, not keep this stuff like Scattered Thoughts, and the Organ Hoarder also made them put the Gavany Dawn Guard and the Stormchaser Drake onto the graveyard. So that's, I mean, they kind of had to miss out on good spells because they wanted to get land drops. Scarp Wrangler, well, that's definitely a good one. Alright, I mean, this deck they have is pretty good. So that's not gonna tap it, it's just gonna give it life, what I'm doing. I somehow thought they were tapping it because they just played the Scarp Wrangler, but no, it would be foolish to tap any of my creatures now when they are about to untap. Okay. Now that's something I can throw away for the Electric Revelation. Do I have a reasonable attack? I mean, I have to first see if they are going to do anything with the tapping guy. I think most of my spells, yeah, this is I think the only sorcery, the rest of them are instant, so I don't need to pre-combat anything. Yup, let's go to combat and see what happens. They let me attack. They want to, you know, tap my remaining blockers instead. But they are not having a lethal attack. So if I attack with the Puppet Stitcher, they have to block it with quite a few things, and I have the bounce spell. So I'm gonna attack with that. How about Beituk Angler? I can play it as a 1-2, which can block the 1-2-1. So I think now with the Organ Holder gun, I'm going to do it. They most likely will block with the Lunarch Veteran, but it's fine. I mean, it's gonna go away at some point, regardless. So I'll do this. They will have to put multiple guys on the Puppet Stitcher to actually kill it. I definitely don't want it to die. So if they put, but I mean, I'm willing to trade with something like a Scarp Wrangler still. And even if they lose something like a Shipwreck Shiftes, it's some one creature less for the Scarp Wrangler to use the tapping ability. So they are gonna actually let me get them with the bounce spell. Yeah, I'm going to let them recast the Shiftes. There's not much. I mean, I want to get rid of the Wrangler. Yeah, that's fine. This is going to mean though that I kind of forgot that I did want to use this on the thing that has lifelink. Why did I forget it? But yeah, the problem is the Wrangler here. Plus I don't even want to bounce this, they get to recast it. Yeah, I mean, let them use the lifelink aura. The thing is anyway that my deck has more removal spells which I can draw. I have even a redraw in my... Yeah, okay. That's enough now. I can do that. Revenge on the Shiftes, and then I can still cast the, you know, the creature from my graveyard, and I get now 2 Decayed Zombies here. And the next spell I cast will give me the 3rd, and then I can make this into the Puppet Factory, which is the main idea of this card. So I can try to raise the life-linking flyer here still. They can tap one of my guys, which they can just do. It's a fairly irrelevant thing here. Beituk Angler can block the apparition, but unless they... I mean, there's a good chance they give the infantry and the Kindly Ancestor there. It will be 4-3 lifelink flyer vigilance. Which is why I need to have my upgrade in that case. There's also the Moonrage's Slash, or no, that one I did use. So upgrade is maybe the only one. Yeah, that's what's happening right now. It's actually going to be 5 power because of the Traveling Minister. I need to get a bit lucky. I know you can't cast this thing. I'll take the 5 for now. Maybe I'll jump block it later. You can't cast this with x equals 0, you need to have at least 1 loyalty counter to remove it. Okay, so Could play the secrets, but I think I start with the revelation. That still leaves me mana for an upgrade if I get that. Okay, not bad. Not bad. I am kinda interested in though using the assistant. I mean, the assistant is good, yes. But also I want to have more of those. I can still play this and use the clue token. Yeah, man, this lifelinker is gonna be my death, but... Yeah, I'm not even sure why I'm playing this main phase, but... I guess I am, whatever. The clue token doesn't actually make any... Well, I get information, let's do that. For information. That's not bad. Okay, there's sadly no attack. Sadly there is no attack, but if they don't deal with the Stitcher, I will get a bunch of 3/3s if I choose to transform it. I could even in the upkeep respond to the ability by... yeah, I mean they go to 22. The fact this lifelink is here around, that's just so miserable. I need an upgrade for this thing. I guess I could still win with an upgrade, but it's just impossible to raise the guy. Even though I have a jump blockers, it doesn't actually matter. I might want to have a trigger for this before I transform it. That's the thing. Because it's gonna cost 4. Because when I transform it, I won't have the ability to get those. You know, those zombie tokens from instants and sorceries. Yeah, okay, I do it, but it's not something I like too much here. And I forgot that, but I have a stop here anyway, plus the game does actually a stop for the alchemist. Alright, how much damage do I have to deal here? Way too much. Way too much. I only get clue tokens, this doesn't draw you cards, it's only clue tokens on the battlefield. And now I will transform it. Draw a... Okay, sludge monster, that's a thing. That is a thing, and of course now that... I need to play the lantern better here. Okay, I might actually lose before I get to use the sludge monster, because it takes all the abilities away there. So now it's all about them having an answer for the sludge monster or not. I could play the assistant, but I need to use get the flyer here. I wanted to have the the 5th token, but with this draw, my kind of the thought process was that if I happen to draw an upgrade, I still have the mana to cast it here. This is 12 damage. They might do some blocks here. I would want them to do. I mean, not with the 4/3 unless they have a trick, but. Okay, so now this is, I mean, if they don't have an answer for the lantern bearer, I can have, well, I mean, let's see if they have a counter or bounce belt, it's gonna be game over immediately in that case. Because sadly they have exactly 6 because of the traveling minister here. But I think okay, that's a good sign perhaps. Well, no, maybe no, they should do that anyway. They do want me to block the Luminous Phantom though. Do they have a +2/+2? I'm not gonna risk here. It would be nice to block this, but if they have +2/+2, I'm just dead. I don't need to take that risk. They do gain now 1 life point less, because if they did pump the apparition... Oh, they have... Okay, that gets lifelink, so... Do they have still another +2 power? Okay, so I would have lost if I blocked the wrong guy. So at least... Okay, but they do get now 8 more life. So they did in fact get the same amount of life with this thing, regardless of who they targeted. Now problem is now they do have 2 flyers here. Yeah, the traveling minister. And now because of this trick, yeah, it's. I need an upgrade. I need the sludge monster isn't going to be enough. I don't want to transform it back. I will decline this. Alright, so... I mean, they do need to, of course... I have 15 damage here plus this, so do they actually have to block with... I mean, if they block, I don't mind. Wow. I could use the sludge monster here too, but I kind of want to use it on... I mean, they probably have something like... Well, they don't have a +2 pump effect. No, they just don't have that kind of stuff. What can they have then? If I sludge monster this guy, they don't get the 4 life, that's the idea. But I'd rather sludge monster the Phantom to make it a non-flyer. Yeah, I mean, the trade is fine if that's... But they might have just a bounce spell or something. I will see what happens when I attack here. This is now very interesting. They do have 2 cards left. I have the Lantern Bearer here, of course, which I can use on the Thermal Alchemist, for instance. Valorous Stance, okay. It will lose Indestructible, doesn't it? It will die. I think it's, you know, based on timestamps. I'm pretty sure it will die when I make it lose all abilities. Just hoping the opponent does not have a counterspell. Because now what needs to work here, both this sludge monster on the apparition, and then I still need to Lantern Bearer here, someone, I mean I guess the Thermal Alchemist. But let's see if it dies. No, it didn't die, so... why didn't it die? Because it has only 3 damage and it's a 4/4. It's not indestructible. Why would I... Ah, with the +2/+2 aura, I actually made it larger. Now I understand. It's a 2/1, but now it's a base 2/2. So it's a 2/2 with +2/+2. So it doesn't have indestructible, but it doesn't have lethal damage either. I only dealt 3. Anyway, this is not enough because they can boost the Phantom here. So what I'm doing here, I'm not gonna... I will lose anyway if they have the answer for the sludge monster. So maybe I should... No, I like the idea of Lantern Bearing the Thermal Alchemist though. Make it flyer. And now they have 2 attackers, but I have 2 blockers. One of the attackers is a flyer, one of my blockers is a flyer, and I can block the 4/4 with the sludge monster. So they need to just draw any piece of interaction. But if they don't... Don't please draw any interaction. I mean, I dealt, what, 30-40 damage here or something. If this... Okay, they can do that, of course. But it's still fine. I can trade with the sludge monster here. And now the Thermal Alchemist is the one who is, you know, flyer. They can't threaten lethal with the Luminous Phantom. Now they sadly do have this Mooring apparition back again. The reason is, of course, that it lost the ability to get exiled when it dies. But that was a forced block. I didn't, of course, want to jump block. I don't think a jump block would have made a little too much sense here. But they have to block my guys. That's the good part here, of course. This still is active, doing its thing here. No, I'm not going to transform. I like my 3/3s. Alright, so am I going to first just draw a card? Yes, I am. Alright. Purifying Dragon, when it attacks, it's good. And it flies. That's the important part. It does, in fact, fly. Alright, so I will attack with all, of course. They have to block one of... No, two of them have to be blocked. Sorry. Yep. They do have a card in hand though, but... They get to use this once. I don't need ground blockers now. And I'm gonna play the dragon. I don't have mana to play both of... No, I don't have mana for both of these. I will have only 7 even if I play the untapped land. Yeah, that's gonna be 9 damage, and even though this trigger gives them life, it only happens after damage has been already dealt. Yeah. The Puppet Factory doing the thing. This is when a thing leaves the battlefield, so it does work even when it goes to exile. Now they will use the Ladi Zombie here. And I will play my dragon. I will have 2 flying blockers, in fact. So now let's hope it's not anything they leave on the top of the deck. Because then it's something that can help them. But they don't know about my Purifying Dragon, so it might be something that helps them against 1 flying blocker here. At least they are thinking quite a bit here, so it's not an obvious keep on the top of the deck. Hopefully it's something that if they keep it, it doesn't give them an immediate victory. Although they are facing a quite immediate loss too with my stuff, especially the Alchemist, which has done quite a few points of damage in this game. But yeah, they were back to over 20 life at some point, but my Puppet Factory with the zombie tokens, of course, has allowed me to quite quickly bring them down to less than 10, plus now they will go, in fact, they will go to 3 and then they will gain 2 life, so they will be at 5 when all is said and done in this combat, and they really are thinking about this. Maybe I should pause now. I will continue the recording when they are finished. Okay, well, they immediately chose to keep the card on top. Now they go to 3 and then they go to 5. And I can thin my deck with the Evolving Wilds. If I play this, Syncopate will get me though. Okay, I'll play around Syncopate. Now, I have a lethal attack here now if they don't have anything fantastic here. Dragon can even ping anything with 1 damage, yeah, although now that's pretty good against their deck, by the way. This has been a wild game, but now they do need something pretty strong to survive. Dollhouse of Horror, that gives a hasty creature, but I am at... Okay, let's see, it can be something that has a nice ability, Organ Hoarder. Yeah, this can be an Organ Hoarder and it has haste, but it has only 1 power for now. And yeah, currently I'm still... I mean, if they find... Okay, it's an Organ Hoarder and then they find something good with it. Yep. That's how they win. Something with 2 mana that interacts. Because they have 3 blockers to my 2... Sorry, 3 attackers to my 2 blockers. Anything that deals with 1 of my creatures for 2 mana, or a pump spell, will be good enough, but nope. That was nothing that helps them. And they conceded because I have, obviously, a lethal attack here. I get to ping them to 4, and of course this attack is just crazy good. Wow, what a game. Oh, it was the draw bug. Alright, this time hand is quite decent. There's no creature I can play before turn 4 unless I draw 1, but I have some interaction at least. to keep me in the game, and then I can play my 2-5. It's fine. Yeah, that thing gets exiled immediately. I hate to see that thing on the draw. On the draw especially, because then you have to have something, at least a 2-drop yourself. Okay, I drew a creature here. And guess I'll just block here. I don't think there's much. I mean, the 2-1 doesn't really do much. Oh, they choose to block instead, do they? I don't care. I will play the Ruffian here. There's no point playing the Secrets of the Key. It's not even mana efficient. I can get 1 clue token and eat it for 2 mana, but that even leaves me 1 mana. So if they have a counter spell, then they have a counter spell. By the way, they did not even block. They didn't attack or block. What's their game plan? They some kind of an exploit creature, perhaps. Geistwave on that thing. So why didn't they block or attack? No, I just got 2 damage while they got nothing with their guy. Okay. And the Geistwave is not even that amazing. Plus, okay, this is gonna be a 6-5 in fact. Right, well, let's try it again. Also, the Moonrage's Slash is a 1 mana spell. And that said, I think I'll still play the Secrets of the Key here. So I'm not leaving up the mana for the Slash. Mobile spells, perhaps. I don't mind if they just don't. I mean, yeah, that's a good one, but they really. I mean, they haven't attacked or blocked with this thing. What's up? I don't. What's the angler doing? Just on the battlefield, doing exactly nothing. They still didn't attack with it, or play any spell for that matter. But whatever. Okay. I mean, is this on the battlefield even? Is this a bug? Didn't they cast it on turn 3? I don't understand anymore what's going on. Well, I play this once again, and then I have a clue token. Alright. Opponent plays nothing. Do they have a 3rd color which they didn't open? I mean draw. Yeah. What's this game? I would have, of course, just used the clue token and then, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I guess the most plausible scenario is that they did have a 3rd color, and even though they were able to play the 3-1 there, maybe they were just, had no answer for the 6-1, 6-5, and didn't want to start jump blocking or something like that. On the play, and 2-drop, 3-drop. Although Thermal Alchemist is a card I'm not willing to really sacrifice. It's gonna be able to output so much damage. It's worth it. It's worth having it on the battlefield over a scry, draw effect. And I can play this as a 3-2. It's not the worst thing ever. I can have a nice curve out if I draw my 4th land too. Now I could use this to dig my lands, but this is really too good of a card. This might have even, the longer the game goes, of course, the more it will deal damage. I think eventually it will just eat a removal spell. Okay, that's interesting. They maybe wanted to do that before I choose for the exploit, just to deny the option from me. Dracula. Okay, so this is Falcon Wrathphobia. This is the 3-1 that keeps coming back. Okay. Okay, so not really much point in using removal on that guy. Let's play our 2-5. I can try to raise it. I mean, of course I can at some point use removal, especially if I must, but they already have a... I mean, this of course creates them more blood tokens. If I use an upgrade now, yeah, I could have delayed its coming back, but that's really not a winning game plan. It was much better to deploy my own 4-drop here and try to raise this guy. Kultunos Quest. Alright, so I guess the Stolen Vitality does the job here with the Tavern Ruffian or the upgrade, but I'd rather use the pump spell. I don't think there's much at 1 mana they can do. They could have a, well, the black 1 mana thing that makes it return with a +1/+1 counter, but oh well. Yeah, no point playing the land pre-combat. Yeah, this is what I like about this versus the defender guy from Crimson Bow. I can at least attack with it. Yeah, I'm glad the game does stop for this thing, because I often seem to forget this thing. If they want to gain the life, they should use the Blood Token now. Hopefully it's not an Undying Malice, it wasn't. They discarded a Siege Zombie. Okay. Trample for 1, and then I can play the Stitched Assistant, which is still not going to sacrifice anything. This, with the spells in my hand, the Alchemist is actually representing quite a bit of damage, more than 1 per turn for sure. Okay, that will be upgraded for sure. They will get them back at some point, but if Blood Fountain does use, 4 mana, it's quite slow at this stage in the game. It basically takes the entire turn. Alright, so let's start with this. Okay, let's ping now. Get rid of the Evolving Wild Sleeve, upgrade mana up. See if I get something better. A Mountain and a Flame Blessed Bolt. Could that be... Well, there is a Flame Blessed Bolt and almost a Mountain here. That's really good, of course. Now, Flame Blessed Bolt will take care of the Dracula guy. So I'm going to just... well, maybe I'll ping right away. Do this. And upgrade this. They get the Decayed Zombie, but I can actually block the Decayed Zombie with the Thermal Alchemist. And now they take 5 damage. So I'm actually... Even if I didn't draw the Flame Blessed Bolt, I'm winning the race currently. Maybe I don't even want to use it on this thing, because this obviously can't block. I might be using this on the thing that can block. But let's first see what they do. They of course have a lot of redraws from all these Blood Tokens they keep getting. And I have still a very good late game. If they don't kill the Thermal Alchemist, I don't have to try to quickly raise them. I might go the safe route and maybe just kill the 3-1. But of course I can't do anything right now. If they would attack with the 2-2, that would be kind of interesting. Should I block? I think I should. Oh, my Revelation goes away. But then, okay, at least they won't get the Drain. So if they want the Drain, then they shouldn't target the Revelation. But is there a creature card? Well, there's no creature card in my graveyard. Alright. And of course they want to, deny me the draw 2 effect. And they now have another Death Toucher. So that was really good, because I was kind of counting on having the Revelation for more refills and for more triggers for this thing. But the good news is, I mean, if there's something good in here, it's that they didn't get to drain 2 points of damage, which can be actually quite relevant, given the board state here. Oh, they have a Toxrill, but of course no mana for it. Right, so Bolt doesn't kill this guy. Which means that I will simply make it night. I do want to at least force them to use... I mean, I could... Yeah, I'm going to... It's quite unlikely that they have something during their upkeep. I don't want to play a spell because I do want to make it this into 6-5. Force them to have a double spell. Yeah. They could have a way to save it, of course, but then they have to use a card to save it. Now it's exiled. Okay, so they can get stuff back, of course, using the Blood Fountain, maybe even the Toxrill, but it's quite slow. They would have only 2 mana left over if they go for that now. But getting back the Diecraft Scavenger and the Toxrill, but okay. Now I'm not in a good shape, because they indeed can get the Mythic Rare. So they had removal on that thing, and I haven't drawn anything else than this thing. So it's going to be now tough, but it's still possible if I draw instant or sorceries. Or this thing. This even kills the zombie. Wow. Okay, so now the Blood Fountain plan isn't gonna be enough. Now they do need to find another piece of interaction, and they do discard a Dream Sacrifice, which is very good, but of course just gets killed by the dragon. They are down to 1 blood token anymore. I can also find like a Secrets of the Key, cannot I? Yep, that gives me a lot of triggers. Well, it gives me 2 triggers, but also I got a bunch of card draw there. That might make my clock faster. Oh, that I hate to see the life gain. Oh, no. Because now they get the Toxrill back and they get life gain. They get life gain also from the Diecraft Scavenger. I think that was too much, them gaining 3 life here. I need to be even more lucky now. Yeah, this is bad, because they have now exactly the 4 mana left. Oh. Well, there is the secrets, but I mean, I'm about to... Well, let's just do all I can. Maybe I get some lucky set of... draws here. This is of course super slow. Oh, that I did draw my 6/6. Well, I mean, just use this, but okay. If they didn't have the 7th land there, it would be so much better. Toxrill gives 2 -1/-1 counters per turn cycle, and sadly, they do have the Diecraft Scavenger, which they can use, which is gonna give them 2 more life. I'm gonna get a couple of... Okay, I can't even block because this will die. I wanna get more pings. I mean, because it's gonna be 2 toughness when the turn... before the turn ends. Alright. Let's draw something amazing here. Do I have a Moonrage Slash in the deck? This is of course... this doesn't draw. Sadly, it doesn't in fact draw. So now it's in -1. Angler is just gonna be eaten. So the problem here is whatever I get with this thing is gonna be exiled by the Scavenger. Yeah, if I had a... This is also a 7/7, which I will jump block with the Alchemist, of course. Yeah, the problem is they're gonna gain 2 life. That is really the problem here. If they wasn't, I think the Phantom Carriage would be... Well, it would be almost enough. It wouldn't even be exactly enough. Now I'm thinking if I... Because I have a thing in my deck which is called the Geist Wave. I could bounce this guy. Do I need to redraw into the Geist Wave? Because... Or do I have the Moonrage Slash here, by the way? Because that is just lethal if I do draw it. I don't think the Phantom Carriage is enough. That's the problem, because they go back to 7. Well, they can go to 4 and then they go to 6. And this will attack only as a 2/2 because it's gonna get minus... Yeah, I think I have to actually do it like that. Find a Moonrage Slash here. That's gonna win the game. It's still going to win the game. Because I have the mana for it. It's also night, so it's gonna be a 1 mana spell. Come on. Moonrage Slash. Now that's gonna die. This is gonna also trigger on my turn. And they're gonna just eat. I mean, this go to my graveyard, it doesn't help me at all. They get even those 1/1s. Yeah, playing these makes no sense, sadly. Sadly, it makes no sense. Man, that sucks really. The slash isn't lethal anymore. I mean, it isn't even if they don't have the life gain, because they are going to go to 4. Slash deals only 3. Ah, man, you can see now the parasitic grasp. Such a huge difference, because if... Yeah. That would have been... I mean, them being at... They would be at 1 now. And I could have played it a little bit differently. They would still go to 3 though, from the diagram scavenger. So this being a 2-2 wouldn't have helped. Yep. The combination of bleed dry, and then I had a lucky draw with my dragon, but they had the parasitic grasp. That was too much. That was too much. Okay, they can do that. I'm pretty sure they're gonna play the scavenger still. I don't think there's anything that can ever save me, but... Because they are at 6. Oh, there's a light up the night. How I played? Oh, that's actually gonna work. Haha, forgot that one. Light up the night would have been 8 damage. That would have actually been enough. Flashback or disturb. Yeah, none of these do anything. I'm just dead. I mean, I can play the carriage. Yeah, okay, I have one more turn, I think, to find a light up the night. Do I not? Do I not have it? Yeah, this is in my deck, but it doesn't do anything in my graveyard, obviously. Whatever goes to my graveyard is gonna be eaten. No, nothing gets eaten anymore. Well, I'll put the angler there, just to thin my deck, of course. So, this won't... Actually, I can jump block with this guy, because it's gonna be 1-2. Oh, yeah, alright, good. Do I have some victory here still? This is weird. I'm gonna put this so it's gonna work as an aura. Because now I don't have to block these guys. They will get one slug. But I wanted to keep this in my graveyard. This is actually gonna be a +1/+1 effect. Oh, Moonrage's Slash is going to... If they have nothing... Also a Moonrage's Slash could win, because by the carriage becomes now... It becomes a 2-2, but it can become a 3-3 with the Lantern Bearer. And if it can connect for 3, the slash is gonna be enough to win. But that's a lot of questions. First of all, they must not have anything. But Light Up the Night. Still 1 out of 17. They get to draw a card there. Yeah, they are blue-black, so that's best color combination for this card. Okay, that's not relevant. Okay, Hero's Downfall. So now I have to draw Light Up the Night. Well, that wouldn't have done anything. So it wasn't even the Moonrage's Slash. So now all of these have only 1 toughness. I mean, it doesn't matter, I lose to the attack no matter what. Well, I tried. I did have the out there still. But of course, 1 out of 17 is quite low chance. But yeah, the opponent's removal, they had Hero's Downfall, Bleed Dry, and then the Parasite, the Drain 3 damage, the Lightning Bolt. I didn't get my Sludge Monster. This actually gives slime counters, so does Toxrill. Interesting. Yeah, this hand... I have the Electric Revelation, I have a Puppet Stitcher and this thing. Fine, I'll keep it because this is fairly decent hand if I get the blue, and I have the Revelation, which I can use to get there. Now, okay, 4 mountains left in the deck. Interloper. Okay, good. That was good because I didn't have anything before turn 3 anyway. Let's see if I can actually get some value out of this, or will it eat removal? Yep, that took half a second from the opponent to decide to kill that thing. Well, at least I get to have this weird looking curve out here, and if I happen to draw an island, I could even go 5-6. That would be funny. I can't help that. That's gonna do its thing. I think the opponent has a too good start here. I needed the island there, I think. But now I'm going to... This does give 2, but only a disturb cost or an instant. Yeah, it doesn't cast these creatures. So let's have the revelation. I guess I mean, I could make it into a knight. But I also kind of want to drop a land if I find one. So islands, please. Jeez. This is gonna get awkward fast. That's also many sky. And I mean, the Blood Chief is just giving them free counters now. That's really bad now. Okay, Flame Blessed Bolt deals with the Interloper at least. I guess I'll play the Vandal. I'm thinking at what point of the turn cycle am I going to cast the Flame Blessed Bolt. Now it would be the safest, of course. They could have a Stolen Vitality, which is going to give it the +1 toughness to save it. Undying Malice doesn't work against this because it has to die in order to come back, and of course that's not gonna happen. I think I do the safest thing. Maybe. Yeah, I'll do the safest thing here. Because now they basically... I mean, I can double block the Meniskai. If they attack with both, I can double block the Flood Thief. So if they don't have anything, we can survive if they have most. Okay, Catapult Fodder is relief here now. Alright, so still... I mean, I'm waiting with this Sludge Monster. I've drawn 15 out of 40 cards now without finding them. Second island. How do I do it? I'm not doing any attacks, that's for sure. But I'm thinking, I mean, I don't have anything good to sacrifice on the assistant. I could play the Observer and then that could be sacrificed on the assistant, maybe. And then I can leave up the Stolen Vitality. That feels like what I want to do here. This does add mana for the Electric Revelation, if nothing else. Smoldering Egg. Okay, well, it's gonna take some time before that flips, but... And that also allows this thing to transform, so... Okay, good. Finally. Let's start with the Catapult Captain, maybe? Not making it into a 2-2. This is just gonna die, isn't it? I'm pretty sure of it. But, I mean... Let's do it anyway. There's still no attacks. Okay, Impulse. I need to make the egg into a harmless guy. Okay, no way out. They can cast it on the next turn. But that will take a lot of their turn, and if they don't have also a 5th land, they can't cast the Bloodtide Harvester. But I will prepare myself for that. So Stitched Assistant and the island will be discarded. That gives them a Decayed Zombie and makes me discard too. That's fine. Although I can also play the Electric Revelation actually. Discard the island, draw 2 new cards. But we'll see. First, am I going to attack? With the Stolen Vitality it's fairly safe. This will be a 8-5 Trampler. Not the first strike though. I can make this... No, this is a 3-3. Always it has a counter. No, I can't make any of them smaller. I can make the egg actually into a 2-2. But I guess if they make like a multiple block thing, then I'm gonna trade with a bunch of these guys. Maybe the egg doesn't matter too much though. I'm gonna make the Shady Traveler into a 2-2. And maybe they don't block here, which is of course understandable. And then what I'm doing here is, I mean, I could make it into a knight. It's just so sad if they do draw a land, they can deploy both of these guys, but I can still have the revelation. I will get the one ping here too. And this is now, you know, well, if this dies, this is gonna be, of course, during night, it's gonna be a night bound. I mean, it's gonna be night, but it's not gonna transform now, as long as it has the, I mean, as long as this guy is on the battlefield. So, fine, let's make it into a night. I hope they don't draw a land, because then they have to play only one of these guys. But there's the land. So, and they're gonna also be able to double spell here, so. And this is now at 5, so I need to do something about it. Electric Revelation now. I think it has to be the relevant thing. I mean, I might draw 2 very good cards, but I might also like draw 2 lands, in which case I don't need to discard the Stitched Assistant even. Like I said. I do care about the 6th mana though, but I also care about all this stuff. But yeah, I need to make the egg into a 2/2 for now. Yeah, it really would have been a totally different turn had they not have the 5th land there. Because now they also get to, you know, make it into a day. But I guess this ping happened now again, so there's that. Plus I drew still the land here. Alright, so I don't want this to become a big dragon. So I have to make it so that it doesn't get the counters for now. Ember counters. Alright. So it's time for the sludge monster to die, by the way. I think they are gonna be able to kill it. But I mean, I'm not going to win. The opponent is actually having a lot better situation than I. So it's really, I mean, I'm the one who is in big trouble here. I can only hope they block in some way that allows me to get most of the. Oh, they block that way. Well, that's really good because 1 toughness now is enough. Do I want to use the observer? I think I want to, because I will sacrifice it on the assistant anyway. Wow, that's really good for me. I get rid of those guys and my guy survives. Like this. That I don't need. A lot of lands on the top of my deck. Alright, and now I get to even cast this guy. Do I have anything? I have at least a Lantern Bearer, by the way, and that's a good one to get to graveyard. Now, okay, they found a kill spell. I finally got to use it, but I mean, it did a lot of decent work here. Now, sadly, the Blood Chief is gonna survive, I mean, do its thing here. Alright, so this was good. But as you can see, this is really an awkward situation because I don't have any attacks with my crowned guys. But the revenge will be good. I'm not gonna use it now though. I'm just gonna do this and get my Lantern Bearer. And hope they don't have Diagraph Zombie, or what's the thing that the previous opponent used to kill my graveyard. Also have the Secrets of the Key in the deck, by the way, for this thing, and also the Revelation. But here I don't need card draw, I want to have a flying guy, so let's do that. No attacks, there's no attacking into this board. Now this does mean that the opponent needs more, removal to deal with all this. Because I'm having not only a 4/4 flyer, but also one of these guys will fly. But they're playing black-red and they still have 4 cards, so they can find answers. Oh, but they are down to 1 card. Is that a Hero's Downfall? Okay, well, it's something. It could be even a Stolen Vitality or a Surge Strike of their own, because of course I have a lot of blocks here, which I'm willing to do. Now they might just, throw away stuff with this, but I'm not going to take any damage because I don't want to give them a free trigger for the Blood Chief. Now I have to think about if they have a Surge Strike that doesn't give trample, but the Stolen Vitality gives, so I kind of have to play around most things there. So this is gonna be 7 power if it tramples, which I can deal with in this way. And if it's a Surge Strike, it will kill both of them. And then I can do this. Yeah, now they have to use... I mean, if it's a Surge Strike here, they will at least trade the Shaded Traveler on the Bait-Hook Angler. Or they just... and they... yeah, okay. So I can't beat a Surge Strike. It's not great to lose both of these guys, but at least I will have a bunch of flyers left here. I mean, I could put the Bait-Hook Angler here if I wanted to. I mean, maybe that makes more sense. Maybe this makes more sense in the end. If they give this Stolen Vitality, this will still actually die, and then it won't be around in the end step. Yeah, this is the correct choice. Surge Strike kills both of these, that doesn't matter. This will die without even getting anything. And if this gets Surge Strike, it's only gonna kill one of these. Okay. So that is actually very good. This is really good. Now, I can attack for 7 in the air. And then I can have, with the land drone here, I can... I mean, they have 5, they have 9, this thing. Maybe I should just... I mean, no matter what, I'm going to attack with the Vandal. I'm gonna have a lethal on the next turn. That's the idea here. They don't have a reach, guys. Nope. Now they are not able to use the Voltaic Visionary's ability. So I could play the Angler, but it's just much more... makes a lot more sense to have the Revenge here. So I'm thinking about... oh, it's gonna become a Knight if I don't play anything. Oh, but I already played. Yeah, so it's not gonna become a Knight. But I think the Catapult Captain should go. Because that can give them... they can throw away the Thermal Alchemist or something like that. If I bounce that thing, they can attack for 2, for 7. That's 5 for me, and then they need to draw like another Surge Strike or something like that. If I let them attack with everything, that's 2 for 6, 9. Yeah, I think I have to do the Revenge before they get to untap. Yep, I'll do that. Nice. Okay, well, this hand is quite nice. I am going to cast the Secrets of the Key to save mana here, because it would be an additional damage with this thing, but my mana might be tight here, so I'm gonna do it like this. Because let's see, for example, next turn I can play Flame Blessed Bolt and eat the Clue token. That could be a big difference, tempo-wise. Grasp. Okay, well, I mean, if they're not gonna play anything, I can just play my... I mean, it's not like I have any creatures here, so I can just play the Secrets now, end of their turn. Or, I mean, I can still do this. Okay, they have their own card draw. That's fairly even situation. They had a very convenient answer for my 2-drop though, but also gained 3 life while doing so. Champion of the Perished, sure. That's a zombie. So this is gonna get a counter. It's gonna get 2 counters actually, but I have an upgrade for it. So the mana efficient way to do things is still to, so this would be a 3/3. This is to kill them both, but it would cost 3 mana now. I might just do it on the next turn. Although if I draw a land, I can still kill these guys and eat one of the clue tokens. Yeah, it's fine. It is fine. Okay, so I would really like to get value from the Puppet Stitcher. But problem is if they have any one zombie, the Champion of the Perished is gonna grow out of the range. So this says whenever another zombie enters. Darn. I guess I can make a compromise. I can play the upgrade and eat. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm not gonna kill the Falcon Abomination. I'm going to eat a clue here now, maybe find a land. And then I'm gonna kill the champion before it's too late. Okay, and tap land is totally fine now. That allows me to still get 1 token from the Flame Blessed Bolt using the... Should get an island actually, using the the Puppet Stitcher here. I can take 2 or 4. They most likely have some exploits, so maybe they don't attack with the 2/2, but... Okay, Organ Horror. That is quality. That is quality stuff, but I do have my mythic rare and my regular rare. This is just a common, but this is really a powerful common. Okay, they didn't get a goal and a startle. Okay, Blood Fountain. Yep. Alright, so how do I do it now that I have the 6 mana? Because I could just play the carriage, get, I think it's gonna be now the Lantern Bearer, which would go to graveyard. I'm not casting this stuff unless I also... I mean, I guess I can play the Puppet Stitcher and kill the flyer. Take the 3 from the Hoarder here. I think I still kill the flyer rather than the 3/2, even though I take more damage and I'm not gonna block this guy. Because I can then just eat the clue token, kind of get rid of that stuff. Because the carriage would be otherwise okay because it can block everything, but if they have something on it, I take quite a bit of damage. I'd maybe rather have this now. This in here and maybe just do again before they get to do anything nasty. And now I will use the clue token, and then I guess if they have removal they do want to get rid of the Puppet Stitcher. Now I'll take only 3 damage. Headless Rider. Their deck is... oh, come on. What is this like? They even have the Champion of the Perished. Their deck is just insane. It's literally insane. And I had to use 2 of my removal spells, but it's... I mean, all the creatures are almost all of them are stuff I should be removing, so... Not great at all. So how do I do this turn? I could just play the Phantom Carriage, but now they have 4 power creatures. I think I have to do the Sludge Monster thing. Even though it is so inefficient use of mana, but... I could play the 6-drop now and then maybe... Although next turn if I want to play the Revelation and the Sludge Monster, I would have to play this land. So I have to discard something, and unless I draw a land I might be in an awkward spot there. But I think what I have to do is the Sludge Monster on the Blade Stitched Scarp and hope they don't have anything. For the Sludge Monster, I mean. Because this allows them, this makes it so that their guys aren't 4 power anymore. And yeah, I mean, I'm just dead if they have some... I mean, look at these cards. This is an amazing deck. I wish I had this deck. This is such a nice deck. And they still have 3 cards in hand and the Blood Fountain for redraws. Now I could have also targeted the Headless Rider, but then this would have still made the Organ Hoarder into a 4-2. I guess the 5-5 can still block it. Don't know. I mean, if they can't answer the Sludge Monster, I do get to use it on this Headless Rider when I attack. But that's not a permanent solution, but it is still super annoying. Yeah, I mean, look at the damage I'm getting dealt here. So, I mean, if I trade with the Organ Hoarder, they're gonna get the Headless Rider here. I can't do that. I mean, I will lose the game now. That was way too much stuff they had. But the deck is really amazing they have. Getting the card draw here isn't even useful because my cheap removal, it's just already used up. So, and this only triggers in my upkeep, so even if I get multiple tokens, they cannot block now. I mean, there's no beating the Siege Zombie even. I could play the Sludge Monster and then... yeah, I mean, I guess I have to start with this. Eat the 2-2. Hope to get some miracle here. That's a start, but I would have to... Well, I mean, I guess I have to just do this now. And Headless Rider or the... Oh, this is of course, this has the token already, but it doesn't... The slime counter doesn't go anywhere, so yeah. Headless Rider it is. No attack, so if they attack with everything, I will go to 1, but they will lose most of their stuff. Another high quality card. That deck the opponent had was amazing. I mean, Diver's Carp after all this. What a deck. Okay, nothing like that amazing. That was... okay, that was a wild matchup. The opponent didn't play a single like mediocre card. They had just such high quality cards all the time. Okay, a bit flooded, but at least I have the secrets here to very slowly give me more cards. The opponent had a 2-drop, but it's only a 1-power 2-drop. Okay, so that's going to be like a sure strike, is it? Or do they want that thing to die? I don't care about my 2-3 guy that much. Let them use whatever they have. Sure. Okay, I was gonna play the secrets rather than use the bait hook angler, but now that I drew this thing, although actually let's be okay. No, this is actually good because now I can make myself have 2 clue tokens. Next turn I can play 3 mana worth of spells, and then with the remaining 2 mana I can still eat one clue token. Yeah, that's definitely, this is now the spot to use this one. Not sure, this being knight now might be a liability, but I have also myself at least 1 creature which could be better during night. Okay, they have also a Brimstone Vandal. Let's first draw a... Maybe with not with those mana though. I want to play the mountain this turn. Okay, that is going to be good once I use this. I think I'm going to, for that reason, play the angler and the bearer. Yep. And I can easily double block the Brimstone Vandal if they want to use a trick on that. Both these go to my graveyard and have value there. Well, well, well. I'm still blocking the Vandal if they choose to attack with it. I will just kill this guy with the Light Up the Night, because this will be x equals 2, which is gonna deal... Oh, they choose that line. I don't want to keep taking damage from this guy forever, but this will cease existing very soon. And then I can still block the... Because if I trade with this, I get a 1-2 flyer, which is going to be... I don't want to give them the card. I won't be giving them the card. Alright, Revenge is not bad either. So, do this, and then x equals 2 is 2 plus 1. And now the question is, am I going to attack with the Lantern Bearer? And I think I am. I still have a... Basically, I do have a double block with the Puppet Stitcher and the Angler on the Vandal, but I won't be doing that block, because I actually, with the Revenge, I can have one trigger, one zombie from the trigger and the other one from the effect, so that's gonna be 3 zombie tokens, which allows me to... Okay. That was just a 1-for-1, basically, because I had a land which was pretty redundant. But I did lose my Revenge, of course, which was unpleasant, but it wasn't so bad. Thermal Alchemist. Well, let's draw a card. Well, it's not like I have any more attacks than the 1-1 here. But yeah, getting to transform this early would of course give me a lot of 3-3s which they can't profitably block. This situation is again the kind where opponent has a lot of cards in hand and they're stuck in low land count, which means that they will win the very late game if I can't somehow push here. Now they can attack with both of these to transform that guy. And now they can make this into a 3 power guy also, so that's not great. I'm going to give them... Now this will... Hopefully it's not like a Surge Strike. Yeah, the discrepancy in amount of lands. Now of course the opponent has suffered from the land, situation here, of course. But also I'm not really pressuring them. The fact they had to aim for the head did hurt me, because this the transformation of the Puppet Stitcher would have been really good. And now the Deadly Dancer is very annoying to deal with. Do I need to leave the Lantern Bearer here to block actually? I could make the Puppet Stitcher to fly or something. I drew just the Observer, that's not really a good one. Because I'm also, I'm not winning the race here. Attacking with 1 here. Okay. I'm not attacking with it. I'd rather have it go to graveyard and then I can make someone fly. Yeah, facing an opponent with 6 cards in hand, I have more cards on the battlefield, but I need some really good stuff now. Yeah, the fact that they had the time for the aim for the head. I mean, even though one land was one card I exiled was just a land, but the Revenge would have been so good in so many ways. Bounce spells against the people who are stuck at low land count are just amazing in the first place, and then it would have given me the 2 remaining zombie tokens for the Puppet Stitcher, and then I could have just overwhelmed them easily with my 3-3s. Now this doesn't do anything in additional any additional harm without second red source, which they don't have. Okay, they actually make it into a knight. Hopefully I will draw my werewolf now. Huh, I did draw it. Okay. So now I'm gonna attack with the flyer then. Let's see if they have like a bleed dry here. They did not. And I'm definitely keeping... Oh. Right. Mass removal. Yay. It does kill their board and I have 2 guys in my graveyard. And I have this thing. Whoa, 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 what a draw. Oh, what a draw here. Because look at what I can do. I still have 1 flashback spell here. The Electric Revelation, which will be quite good. Jeez. And I have the Bearer, the Bait Hook Angler. It wasn't the worst mass removal. Now, opponent still has all these cards, but the question is, can they deal with the 4/4 flyer? If they can't, well, okay. Let's draw something good. Do I want to play more than... No, I'm gonna play the Revelation and then the Bait Hook Angler unless I draw something better. The Lantern Bearer isn't exactly great here. Alright, so return target non-land permanent Yuk. Okay, so I can return these guys back with value. Because it becomes this thing only exiles if it goes to graveyard. I can return it to my hand, draw a card, and then play it as a 2/1. And then I can make the 2/1 guy into a 3-power flyer, I suppose. Something like that can happen. But yeah, okay, now it gets exiled. Stensia Uprising, alright. Well, I guess... Yeah, you see, there's not like this mono removal deck that has these rares. Even the Reckless Stormseeker here, there's not much for me to do here. They are still having 5 cards in hand because they have only 5 lands to my a lot. Yeah, kind of a joke of a game actually. It's just no chance to me do anything here when I'm flooding out like this. I can't even... what can I even do here? Guess I can't do it like this. I can block the Bat Whisperer. And then when I block the Bat Whisperer, I will bounce my Lantern Bearer. It's just, I'm gonna die to that Stensia Uprising anyway. It's just feels like, okay. They have what, 2 vampires? 3, no bat. That's enough, so I have to bounce something right now. This is horrible. This is horrible. Couldn't really bounce my own guy up because then I would be so low in life, but this is just there's no way. No way I can make a victory happen now. There's even no light up the night here. Okay, they still have something that's gonna deal with things, but let's see what they have. Covered cut person, yeah. Okay. Oh man. Yep. These 2 games that I lost, the last 2 losses, they were really crazy stuff. Really crazy stuff. But I guess this was my draft number 5 in this double feature. I still got to 3 wins, so like the even result, 3 wins, 3 losses. But it's the first draft where I finish at lower than 5 wins, so I was able to play 4 drafts without losing gems. I actually was up 1000 gems and now this make me lose my 900 gems, so I'm actually in total in these 5 draft events I'm still up 100 gems. Plus I picked of course a lot of 5th rares, so I'm actually up a bit more gems than that. How many rares did I pick here? Quite a few actually. 1, 2, 3 and this 4, 5. Plus the mythic rare here, that's like 7 times, yeah, it's like over 100 gems there. Not that it matters, it doesn't actually matter that much, but these do add up, these gems, when you have completed the set. Otherwise, I like the deck like somewhat. It was a decent deck, but it was just no match to those. The blue black zombies deck was just what was that? And then the previous game was just opponent having way too good stuff. My deck wasn't just a match to decks like that, but I think I just in the draft I found the best lane. Maybe I don't know if I could have drafted a different deck in that draft seat. I'm happy how the deck ended up in the end. Yep. So this is that. That is it for this event, and my Crimson Bow drafts have been finished now. Even though I was trying to upload also those a few more still, but in the previous, I mean, I don't know if you have seen the video, but if you haven't, the traditional draft queue took 35 minutes almost to find a draft table. So I'm not gonna hang around for half an hour to find a draft table. So I'm gonna only play these double feature drafts until Neon Dynasty releases. So the next one will be a double feature. I will see you then. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.